Okay, I'm going to preface this. I feel very uncomfortable right now. I don't normally film with headphones on, with a microphone. My camera's just propped up here. I have a list of notes that I want to talk about. This is very different to the sort of stuff that I normally make. I still want to make stuff about running. I just want to do it in a slightly different format. Here is an example of me trying something new. If it's bad, please tell me what is bad about it, because I would love to know so I can learn from that feedback and improve. Okay, I'm waffling. What am I making this video about today? So a few weeks ago, Dan from the channel My Life by AI, definitely go check it out, it's a great channel. He got in touch with me because he watches my videos and he said that we should do a video together. I said, oh yeah, great idea, let's do it. The premise of Dan's channel is using AI to positively impact his life. So for example, he lost 73 pounds, which is like 6 stone or something, I don't even know what that is in kilograms, through ChatGPT. And he's tried so many other diet plans, but AI was the thing in the end that gave him the most success. Now, when I mention AI, and even on this channel I haven't really discussed it, AI has a very mixed reputation. A lot of middle-aged men seem to love it, dads just go crazy for the stuff, but then younger people, especially younger people in a creative industry or something, or any industry where AI could be taking over a serious amount of jobs, which is obviously not good. A lot of people hate it. Either way, AI is only growing. It's a massive conversation starter for a lot of people. All these big corporations are putting billions and billions and billions into it. Like a few years ago, most people thought AI was still something that was just limited to science fiction films.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Now it is everywhere. Now with that, is it pointless to try and fight AI and resist it? Or is there a way that we can tie it into our own lives and perhaps use it to benefit us? And specifically, so it has something to do with my channel, how can it benefit running? I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the running app Runner with an A. There's lots of other different apps that are similar to this, but the premise of it is that you pay a monthly or yearly subscription and you have almost a personal running coach just on your phone. It is really cool. I've considered getting it, but I haven't. It's really great. People see amazing results from it. I think the founders are really cool. I watch their podcast. I enjoy the whole company and the stuff they make. However, it is quite expensive. It's not the most expensive thing in the world. It's like £100. I don't know what £100 is for the world currency, but it's £100 for an annual membership, or around £16 a month at the time of recording this, which is February 2026. Now, does every runner need to be purchasing a subscription like that? We think of how many subscriptions there are nowadays. Do you need another one for your running? Running in recent years, and I'm such a culprit of this, has amassed so much technology. When I go for a run, it might be a bit different because I film my runs. When I go for a run, I will put on my Garmin heart rate chest strap. I'll put in my AirPods. I'll put on my Insta360 Go Ultra camera to film it. I'll have my phone in my hand for my music. Some people have things in their shoes which measure power. We're running with hydration pouches and all of that stuff. And it's cool. I like it. I like having this stuff. If I think back to 100 years ago, when people would go for a run, even though it wasn't really that big back in the day, but even 40 years ago, if people went for a run, you would put on a pair of trainers and just head outside, and that was it. The simplicity that used to be running, it's not so much there. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, Strava. I'm on Strava all day. I love that thing. So yeah, I don't resent it. It's just technology is very present in this sport or hobby where the only premise is head outside or go to a treadmill and just put one foot in front of the other for a bit of time. Now, what am I trying to say? AI is free. Well, not if you've got the paid versions, but AI, to most people, if they have access to technology, can go online and search ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, any of those. And using AI, you can get advice on your training. There are, of course, websites or library books that can also give you information and help you with your training. But the thing with Runner is it's very personal, and books and articles lack that ability to have that personal connection. But with AI, you are able to do that. So for the 2 weeks before my first sub 40 10K attempt, I have been using a plan made completely from AI. Specifically, it was Claude. Me and Dan did a whole live stream about it. It was fun. I've been following it to a T. I haven't even done the race yet. I've been doing the plan now for 10 days. Already I had some thoughts, so I thought I'd sit down and just talk about it. Hello, I'm going to quickly interrupt. This is Ollie from the future when I'm editing this video. I've done the 10K. I did it in 39:37. If you want to check out that video, it's on my channel. So yeah, the 2-week plan that AI made before the race did work. Obviously, I had lots of training beforehand, but for race prep and my taper, it did a great job. Here are my thoughts on using an AI-made training plan. Not having to use your own mental energy to come up with your plan is huge. I have a tendency to massively overthink training. Everyone has busy lives, everyone's got stuff to do. It's like, you know when billionaires, they say how they always wear the same thing every day because they make so many decisions, they don't want to waste it on picking what to wear that day, so they just wear the same thing. I think it's sort of that principle here as well. If you know from your AI training plan, today I do this, tomorrow I do that, and if anything comes up, rather than having this rigid schedule that you have to fit to, you can say, oh, my left ankle hurts, and they say, all right, we're going to adjust the next few days where we're going to do less running, we're going to maybe do some mobility, some strength and conditioning, and that sort of thing is new. You have not been able to do that until a few years ago, unless you had a coach or you were part of a run club and you knew someone with advice, or maybe you were just smart. I don't know. I haven't really thought this video through. It takes that taxing effort of trying to think, what am I going to train? What am I going to do? It just does it for you, and that's great. That's really great. Now here's something for runners that are new to it, or maybe someone who's just trying something new. I don't know what a lot of specific sessions that I've been suggested or come across should look like. For example, interval sessions. I barely knew what that was until I started running. So do that for 800 meters even, then take a 2-minute where I walk or I stop. I don't actually know. What's the word? What's the word for the pace that you need to be? If I was making a plan and someone says do interval sessions, I don't know what to do. I don't know what they are. AI is obviously a fantastic tool in a similar way that you could just Google it, but AI can just add it straight into your plan. It'll say, okay, you're going to run for 400 meters at a fast pace, then you're going to stop for a minute, and then you're going to do that again, and you're going to do it 7 times. So, oh, that's great. And with each week, it does the progressions. That is all nicely laid out. It's easy. If you don't know what you're doing, I strongly recommend using it. Another thing it does is that it will give me targets for my speed and my pace. If I'm trying to hit a certain 5K time, for example, at the beginning, I didn't know what paces I should be able to hit and how fast I should be for a tempo session, how fast I should be for a long run, how fast I should be for an intervals run. Having that piece of technology that can just tell you, this is what you should be able to do at this point. Once you can do that, then we'll move on. That's great. This can sort of backfire. It's more of a beginner thing. I'm learning as I'm running more that it is important to go by feel or even heart rate. I've got a heart rate monitor now. If you're someone new, you don't really need to worry about that. It's useful to say, all right, I want to aim for this sort of pace. I want it to feel this hard. If it feels too easy, you know you can eventually go faster. If it feels too hard, you know that you can just say, that was way too hard. AI will adjust the pace for you. Your plan changes. Bing bang bosh. Happy days. Obviously, AI helps with a lot of things, but you can ask it to help with your diet, stretching, sleep pattern, anything to do with running, shoe recommendations. It's like having a personal coach that is free. So yeah, it's cool. Plus, at the end of this, if you're not someone who particularly likes having to look at technology, you can just put it into a Word document, print it out. You've got a training plan that it looks like it's been made by a coach, but you haven't had to pay a penny for it. So that's good. I'm just realizing I still think coaches are great. I don't want coaches to go out of business. I'm just saying this to a beginner runner who maybe wants to get into it, or maybe someone who can't afford coaching. I don't want the coaches to lose all their jobs, because I'll address it later, but coaches will always be better than AI. Do you know what? I'm just going to talk about that now. Coaches and runner is more professional and will probably give you better results. AI often makes weird mistakes. It'll do typos or maybe interpret things wrong. With time, I suppose it will get better as AI improves. At the moment, it's still pretty good, but it's far from perfect. However, that's kind of the premise of this video. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's perfectly okay if your training plan is good enough. Now, if you're watching this, I assume you're not an Olympian or a wannabe Olympian. I mean, if you are, that's great. Hello. lovely to meet you. Definitely don't listen to my advice. When I say this, I'm speaking to more average runners, people who take this hobby seriously, or someone who's just getting into it. The point that I've recently come to, and Dan has been talking to me about this, and he mentioned it, and I couldn't agree more. A plan that is made for you that is 75% optimum, because what AI does is it won't take the absolute best plan it can. It'll take the average from every single bit of information that it has access to, and it'll come up with your mean training plan. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but, and here is something that I wish I could have told me a year ago. A plan that is 75% optimum, that you stick to consistently for a year, will be, and I know for a fact, no matter what it is in life, it will be more effective to do that than constantly switch your plans, trying to find that niche perfect one. You might even one day find this perfect thing, but after juggling around 12 different others, you've just wasted 9 months. And I just think it's a safe bet. If you find something that is good, you make little tweaks to improve it, individualize it. It doesn't need to be perfect. It actually can be good enough. Consistency is the key in running. It just really is. It's consistency, it's patience, it's listening to your body. This took me so long to realize, and I still often make those mistakes. I try these niche things, these hacks and these tricks that I think are going to magically make me faster, but it's not. There is no perfect plan for you, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The perfect plan is just a plan that gets done, that is done consistently. For the average runner, someone who's brand new to running, or even someone who is quite advanced but doesn't want to have to be thinking of a training plan, I think AI is a fantastic way to go about building a training plan. I think going forward, I'm going to use it more, because I've really liked not having to come up with my own session and just put it in the hands of Claude. Obviously, I'll put in my preferences, the sort of stuff I'd like to try. I'll listen to my body, I'll adjust it. It's not my Bible, I don't follow it religiously, but it's just a healthy guide that keeps me on track. Dan has used it amazingly and it kept him on track. I'm sure we all can as well. For the elite runners, or perhaps someone who's really aiming for a tough goal, or if someone who just really thinks Runner is cool, they have the money to spend on it, get Runner or an equivalent training app. I'm not saying Runner is bad. I think Runner's really cool. All I'm saying is that for those who don't have it, don't feel discouraged. You can definitely make other things work. Like, definitely. It's crazy. People used to just write down pen and paper. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That was old school. No headphones, no Garmin. Just go outside and run around. Yeah, I feel like we kind of miss that. That's almost the point of running sometimes. Just to get outside and run around. Get some fresh air. Don't need to overthink it. I'm clearly overthinking stuff. This whole channel has been me overthinking for a year about running. But I've learned a lot. And what I've learned is don't overthink. Just run. It's simple. Just take it easy. Enjoy the process. I've really waffled in this video. So thank you, Dan, for the collab and coming up with a training plan. Well, using Claude to help come up with a training plan. I've really been enjoying it. An amazing job on your half marathon too. There's so many bad things associated with AI. Is there a way that we can use this technology, which is probably going to overthrow us one day, to our advantage and just get us a bit better at running whilst we still have time? I don't know. This first video is probably not going to be very good, but as well as my running stuff, I'd like to make some more sit-downy things where I can just talk about things that I honestly want to talk about. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like this, there isn't much more like this that I've done, but I've done plenty of running videos, so feel free to check those out. Also, if you like me and you like my videos, if you subscribe, that also really helps me out. That's about everything from me. Goodbye.